Our next guest, the next Mayor of London, if I have anything to do with it, Reform's Laila Cunningham. Laila, good morning.
Hi, Jeremy, how are you?
The woman who makes me look like I can't do childcare. You've probably been up since about 3 a.m, haven't you?
No, my kids are teenagers, Jeremy. You know, they're very, they wake up late, take themselves to school, very independent.
Oh, I wish I got to that point. Mine don't.
You
but
will,
as my
you will.
wife said the other day, when I finish changing Iris's nappy, I'll end up be doing yours next. That'll be the next thing. Laila,
How old are yours again?
So, 35, 22, 20, 16, 5 and 2.
Wow.
All right, don't start. Listen, it's a different show. Can I just get your response very quickly to that story in Crowborough? This came out as a story in The Sun today, Laila. Unbelievable. Thousands of pounds to be spent by the local council updating old CCTV cameras. They're going to be throughout the town of Crowborough, where, of course, 600 migrants, illegal unvetted men, are about to be housed in that ex-cadet sort of training camp. The people up in arms, because that would tell us, forget surveillance state, I agree with the headline, but that would tell us categorically, right, that they expect trouble, right?
Not even that. I met a lovely couple from Crowborough who've been protesting every single weekend because of that. They used to live in London and they went to live there because they wanted to be off grid. They wanted to be quiet. Everyone knows everyone. It's a lovely town. It's a lovely village. You know, there's no problems, no trouble. And she said she heard this. She said that in the Saturday market, the police were giving away rape alarms. She'd heard it in anticipation of this occurring, and she's absolutely furious. You know, her home, her town, the way of life is going to completely change. And like your previous guest said, who is our government prioritizing?
Yeah. I mean, with Epping, I mean, when they took the local council to court and said that the rights of, you know, illegal migrants were more important to them as a government than the rights of an indigenous population, you're in trouble. And of course, it's a subject that so many people, you know, oh, we can't say that. Well, we can say that. A reform government will say that. A reform government will detain and deport. We've had that discussion on numerous occasions. And how can... It's really interesting to me, and you and I have talked privately, but the way that people say that, detain and deport, you couldn't even mention the word immigration 10 years ago. I believe millions of people have got to a point where they're going, enough is enough, because you're taking the mickey out of us now. You're making us feel unsafe.
You're overriding our rights, you know, and I mean, they won't even call it illegal migration, Jeremy. They'll call it irregular. You know, call it what it is. I argue with people from the Labour side all the time, and they're like, you know, they're not illegal migrants, they're asylum seekers. So they don't even recognise that the men coming here are illegal and shouldn't be here. That's the thing. I
mean, I remember Newsnight last year, Darren Jones going, 90% of them are women and children. The guy's he's obviously blind. It is not women and children. It is young men with no documentation who want to come here and take it. One of the big things, and I've said this to people at Reform privately, the reason they come, by the way, we can talk about securing our borders, is we are as soft as we give away far too much. But the reason I think it's all changing is that maybe that's not been aware to people. But now people, because social services are, you know, social things are so difficult to attain, be it a doctor or whatever it is, that they're now going, so we pay in and these people are being treated better than us. That's the truth.
I mean, yeah, I was on a show where the person said, you know, these illegal migrants don't receive any benefits. And I said, free accommodation in hotels is a benefit. I know so many people who'd like free accommodation. That's some of the British people's biggest expense.
And then you get arguments where social housing is given to migrants ahead of the needy in this country. It's ludicrous. Reform will change that, won't it?
100%. You know, you right now, what you have is you have legislation bedded in from the Tories and Labour that say that social housing must go to those most in need, and that has been interpreted as refugees. So as soon as, when you're an asylum seeker, as soon as that claim is granted, you become a refugee, you go straight to the top of the list. It's maddening. It really is. You know, they've been working it. Our government has been working against us.
Couldn't agree more. I would love, sorry, I know it was a bit of a rush this morning with the kids and life and everything going on. We'd love to have you on more regularly and more often. We appreciate your time very much. Laila Cunningham, who have anything to do with it, will be the next Mayor of London. This is Talk.